When you think about mountain biking, you don't think about Florida. And when you think mountains, you definitely don't think Miami. But Miami is where I live, and mountain biking is what I love to do. So today I'm taking you to the first place I ever rode a mountain bike, and the one park I've been to probably the most during this pandemic. Out of the 4 local parks here in South Florida, it's my favorite place to ride in Wade County. And did I mention it's on an island? This is Virginia Key North Point Trails. With a total distance of 9.4 miles, this system of trails has something for everyone. Built on the northern tip of Virginia Key, it sits just west of Brickell in downtown Miami and just south of Fisher Island in South Beach. From afar, it looks like a place local boaters and kayakers like to play, but for the local bike community, it's our hidden gem and a passion project that continues to be a work in progress. The trail builders, who all volunteer, have designed a progressive system of trails for all levels of riding. Every trail's entrance is marked with a wooden sign named after a famous rock song. Every trail is also marked with signage in accordance with the IMBA safety standards for all levels of riding: beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert. Most consider the trails to be more of a cross-country style of course because of the relatively flat land. But it actually has plenty of climbs, drops, descents, jumps, and crazy woodwork. When I say crazy woodwork, I mean crazy woodwork. Despite the zero elevation here, one entire lap around the park on average is about 270 feet of climbing. That's right, you climb the height of almost a 30-story building in one lap. That's even more impressive when you realize they fit 9.4 miles on just a 50-acre island. The loop consists of 23 trails, 6 green beginner trails that are spread out evenly throughout the island. It's common to see kids and families on these trails as they all connect through the long and winding road, which is more or less a fire road that loops around the island. There are 5 intermediate trails and 6 advanced trails, which are designed to get progressively harder as you go from one to the next. And last but not least, 3 expert trails marked with the double black diamond. The trails were built and opened in 2010 thanks to this man.
Guys, don't go in there without helmet.
He's known as the architect of Virginia Key.
It's mountain biking. If you don't want to get hurt, collect stamps.
And prefers to go by his nickname, Frenchie.
This place started in 2005. 3 people, one is a bike merchant, South Miami, Mike Cycle, decided this is an empty place used for nothing. We should do a mountain bike trail there. In collaboration with myself and John Voss, we approached the city many times to ask them, what can we use this as a park? And then meeting after meeting, yes, no, it's approved, it's canceled, it's been changed. It took 5 years. By mid-2010, finally it's been voted to go. They give me the key and say, Frenchie, go build Virginia Key, you got to go ahead. From now on, we work 4 or 5 months and we build the first 4 miles, and we opened 5 months later when Virginia Key was only 4 miles long. This is how it started.
Over the next 6 years, new trails were added, and the park eventually reached a length of 8 miles. But then, in 2017, Miami was hit by Hurricane Irma, the first Category 4 and strongest hurricane to hit the state in 15 years. The eye of the storm passed 405 miles southwest of Miami, which meant we got the northeast side of the storm, the strongest and worst side, and it leveled Virginia Key. This eastern side of the island was totally wiped out. What used to be a forest that would cover you as you ride was now destroyed and turned into an open field. The crew spent days and months chainsawing their way through the debris.
The hurricane came from the east, in front of me right now, moved this way, took 9,000 trees down. That's an estimation from NOAA, from their satellite imaging. That means the park was gone. I was there on a Monday and Tuesday after the hurricane. It was over the weekend. And on Monday, Tuesday, it was almost only the west part of the park, few trees were up. Everything in front was gone. So we went from 8 miles at the time to basically 0. And we had to rebuild. So I sent a big email to everybody I knew, social media, every social media possible. The next 4 weekends, over 800 people showed up, working all day long to make that park reopen within 4 weeks. We reopened only 4 miles, like we had originally. But at least we didn't lose the entire park. And because of Irma, we had some area who got destroyed completely, and now we're building stuff that we could not have built if Irma did not happen. So it has been almost a blessing, almost a blessing. I didn't like the fact we lost all the shade, because 9,000 trees give you shade. But the park is way better than now, and we're starting to get known more on a national level than just the South Florida level.
Frenchie and the crew had to get creative with the rebuild of the trails. Many of the collapsed trees were left behind and integrated into the new trail system. Some wind around uprooted tree basins while others go right over them. And new trees are growing, which is bringing back some much welcome shade to this side of the island. And since Irma, the park has grown considerably over the past 4 years. They now have an incredible jump line in the works, which seems to get bigger and bigger every week. And they just opened the new double black trail Panama, which was painted in tribute to Eddie Van Halen. And by the looks of it, it's going to have 2 of the biggest drops in the entire park. But with big drops comes risk, and the importance of safety is stressed throughout the park with signs everywhere.
Miami has no mountain, and when we talk about mountain bike in Miami, we get laughed at, understandably. The sport should not be called that. Guys, no helmet, you can't ride in there. I build trails, but I'm also concerned of safety, so I enforce helmet, I put railing, anything that's over 5 feet off the ground, by keeping it safe. It stays open for generations to come. Hopefully in 20 years from now, this will still be a park. No casco, no bicicleta.
There's a very strong sense of community at this park. The volunteers are passionate about making the park better. But the park will not continue to grow without the support of volunteers and donations.
Tomorrow, we call this Big Ass Maintenance Day. Tomorrow we're going to have 35 to 40 people. And we're going to feed them too. At 2 o'clock we have lunch by a caterer. We get absolutely 0 from the city. The $8 per car goes to the park department. VirginiaKeyBicycleClub.com, it's a website, or VKBCTrails.com, takes you to the same website. Look for membership, it's $30 a year. You don't need to pay to ride that park, it's free. But the $30 goes to buy wood and gasoline and fix the golf cart and buy a new drill and buy saws for the chainsaw. Okay, so we need money to buy stuff all the time, including the food that we're feeding the people tomorrow. It's going to be paid by the club. So come and visit, come and give money, and come and ride the trails. That's all I have to say to people. Buy a bike at Mike Cycle.
So that's it. Virginia Key North Point Trails. If you ever find yourself in South Florida, you should definitely check it out. Bikes and helmets are available to rent at the Outdoor Center. They also have a bike wash, a small pump track, a skill section, and a kids trail at the entrance. This was the first place I ever rode a mountain bike about 8 years ago, and I feel lucky to be able to ride here year-round. I'm grateful for Frenchie and all the volunteers who work so hard to keep this place moving forward. Lord knows you help me stay in shape all year long. Yeah. When I'm not on my bike, I'm a filmmaker, so making this video is like getting to do my 2 favorite things at the same time. As for my bike, it's an oldie but goodie, the 2013 Giant Anthem. But I just recently got my new bike, so this is probably the last time you'll see my Anthem. So maybe this is the beginning of a series. Leave a comment and let me know what park you think I should do next. And maybe we'll be back with more about this beautiful, one-of-a-kind mountain biking destination, Virginia Key North Point Trails.